Good afternoon, everyone. Well, the Bell Hotel in Epping and all the other hotels apparently, or it's looking like all the other hotels right up and down the country have been housing illegal migrants illegally. It's one illegal after another, it seems. And everyone this morning seems to be celebrating the fact that this ruling, and I've got to commend the judge involved. They've not gone along with the government's narrative. They've rightly applied the law as it's there to be applied to, have gone against the grain and done the right thing. These hotels, according to planning permissions up and down the country, are illegal, which is in some respects a win, but in other respects is a loss. I mean, this is one absolute mess. It's a cluster F, as they say, completely and utterly. But it leaves more questions than answers, if I'm honest. Been thinking about this. I mean, if these rulings are going to now spread across the nation and all these hotels are going to have to close down, the questions that come into my mind very quickly are, firstly and most importantly, where are these people going to go? We know they ain't going back to France, right? That ain't going to happen. So where does the government put them? Now, it's my opinion that they're only really left with one choice as to where they put them. And that is in social housing up and down the country, potentially in a flat or a house next to you. Not only will it be social housing, like, council housing, etc., but they'll also be busy buying up private homes that have been built for private buyers, which means they could end up spread across the country all over the place. I mean, I suppose there's an argument to say, this sounds a bit contradictory, I must admit, but there's an argument to say that we're better off knowing where the buggers are than spreading them out all over the gaff where no one knows who they are and where they are. This is not something that I have the answer to. Well, I do have the answer. It's send them back from where they came from. But we have to be realistic. There's no way that this Labour government are going to do any of that. So whilst I welcome this decision from the council in Epping, and I commend it, and they're very brave, and it's a great victory for the great people of Epping and Essex. It's opened up a whole new can of worms that I just don't know how the lid is going to be put back on this can of worms. I don't know how the government's going to deal with it. I'm glad it's their problem, not mine. But here's another question, which is even more important in many ways. If the law has been broken, if council regulations, if planning applications and regulations have been breached illegally, shouldn't all that money that these companies have made be paid back to the taxpayer? This is where we start to talk about money, and money is very important, like it or not, because we all know there's a lot of people been making a lot of money from the destruction of our country and the fabric of our society. Those people need to be brought to book. These people that have been making millions upon millions upon millions of pounds, not only do they need to be made to pay it back, they need to suffer, or they need to be made responsible, and they need to be made to pay in the same way in which me or you would have to pay. If we built an extension on the side of our house without permission and made money from that, we'd probably almost certainly be prosecuted. If you have an apartment or a house and you rent it out without permission, the tax people will come after you, the law will come after you. You're in pretty big serious trouble. Now, not only have these people been making money from housing illegal migrants illegally, Some of these people have been committing heinous crimes whilst being housed illegally. Well, this ain't a can of worms, it's a 10-gallon drum of worms that's been opened. And I now believe it's the nation's job, it's the politicians' job, and people like Ben Habib and Rupert Lowe will surely lead the way, not Nigel Farage. But people like Ben will surely lead the way in ensuring that these people are brought to book, are brought to justice, and the money potentially is repaid into the British tax system, back into our NHS, I mean, there must be fines, there must be court cases. I can't believe that this has been missed for so long, that someone somewhere along the line that hasn't come up with this before. They've been breaching planning regulations. I mean, it's very simple, it's very basic. I'm confused as to how it's been missed for all this time, but thankfully now it's come to the fore. But every single person that's been making money from the destruction of our towns, our cities, our communities, they must be brought to book. I'm not saying they all need to be sent to jail, although there's probably a case for that for some of them, but there must certainly be fines. They must pay the money back, because these people have been making money illegally, and that is simply not allowed. That is against the law, and if you or I done it, we will be brought to book, and these people must be brought to book too. Of that, for me, there's absolute no doubt. Right guys, now I have got my entire family over for the next few days. So as you might imagine, I'm a happy man this morning, or this afternoon. So bear with me, the videos might be a little bit fewer and far in between at the moment. Whilst the kids are here, I want to spend as much time with them as I possibly can. I've not gone anywhere, but I'm doing what I do best, and that's being a good granddad right now. Love to you all, see you soon, look after yourselves.